Yo, welcome back. I think that's good. I hope it's not too loud. I might just turn it down because it's hitting yellow. How are we? Longer form content again. This is sort of what I do once a week where I just curate what I've read, what I've liked, what I can share with you guys to hopefully provide some value, save you guys from sifting through the internet like I do a million times. Bang. I reckon audio is good. So I'm usually a bit more of a just get the job done, work it out. We don't need to do all these habits and mindset training and all that kind of shit to just get it done. So I'll start and preface all that by that. So this is a bit more woo-woo than I usually am. It's just the mindset and what we can practice daily to then transform and physiologically become. Again, very woo-woo for what I'm usually like. And look, I'm in a circle. It's all very formal. Let's get into it, hey? All right, delaying gratification. So this is something that I'm almost too good at, and I hate to say it like I'm bragging, but I'm an idiot and I can't ever experience the gratification. So I do this, exactly what's written on this piece of paper. Your ability to delay your gratification will largely determine where you end up in life. I've always been taught that. I've always pushed things back to the nth degree. Sounds extreme, but it's true. You wouldn't plant a seed and dig it up every 2 days to check on it. Trust the process. All right, who's with me in that they'll invest in a crypto or they'll invest in something and then they'll check it every single day? Or how's it doing? How's it doing? How's it doing? Bitcoin's not going to go to $1 million overnight. You're not going to be rich overnight. Put in the process, experience the outcome when it's time to pull that out. How's that for a bruise? So, how many of you order something and then check the tracking instantly? I bet a lot of us. We all do it. We're like, oh, we just want to make sure that it's been ordered. We want to make sure it's been fulfilled. We want to make sure it's on its way. Where is it? But none of that matters, right? So you're continuing to put in the process. That's all that matters. The process. Trust the process. Joel Embiid made this big and famous because the 76ers were shit for the longest time, even though they were supposed to be good. I follow a sports club that's been shit since 2015, but you could see eventually we would be good. We'd start to get impatient, and we would eventually be good. You could see the seedlings, the green shoots, as they called it. I've experienced a couple on this channel where it's like a couple of blokes have reached out and spoken to me, and it's been great, and it's like pushing me along, and it's green shoots. We're focusing on green shoots. We're planting that seed right now, and if we can just know that it's working, that should be enough to know that, dude, if you keep going, this will eventually be a tree. If you go to the gym, you put in the process till the end of the year, it's guaranteed you're gonna experience all the fucking tree, and that tree is gonna be a serious six pack. You get me? So let's allow gratification. It doesn't have to happen today, and we indulge in it with cheap dopamine hits that we need today. I need to eat that ice cream today. I need to do this today because they're all perfect and they happen to you now. I'll probably play a game of fucking League of Legends because I need that dopamine hit after this. You get me? We can put that back and we can delay these things that are just going to experience happiness. Perfect. We get told it in all these stupid money books, like wait till you're 60 and then your investments will be good. So we can delay till then. Everything's guaranteed if you can take it out in a long enough time frame and continue on the process to get there. That's number one. Hope that helps. Like I said, I'm too good at it because I then have to flip it and I don't know when to experience the gratification because I put it off too much. So I can't celebrate little wins. So that might be later on. I don't know. I'll speak to that. All right. Procrastination cycle. Beg your pardon. I've got a chest infection. All right. Procrastination plagues us all. Overthinking, overplanning, overanalyzing. Each time you shorten the delay between idea and execution, you level up. So, again, I probably do a lot of the opposite, but I find this fascinating for people that are almost like perfectionists, need things to be perfect. Like I cleaned my desk yesterday. It's fucking fascinating down on this side. It's like all my knickknacks. It's fascinating, but it's because I was overthinking writing something. I was over planning what I needed to write about. I was over analyzing the words and everything that I'd do. Fact of the matter is, nothing's going to be perfect when you start. And it was actually my journal piece today. I'm going to make a whole other video about that. I've got a newsletter if you want to subscribe. It's in the description below. But to shorten the delay, it's almost like just do and don't get in the way of your ego. So I'm going to explain this again, and this will be a full video in itself. But imagine your ego, who that you can hear like what you want to do internally here, and then your ego is on like your right shoulder, like the devil. And it's telling you stupid shit like, what's the point? What's this for? Why are you doing that? You need to do this first. That's more of a priority. It's your ego that why would you ever trust it? Because your ego is a fickle man. Your ego, I wrote, is that bold guy from In-Betweeners. I don't know what his name is. We might have to look him up. But the guy that's banged every chick, the guy that's, the best at sports, should have made it. He's got all the money in the world. He can dance the best. He's that guy. But then try and do the thing and then watch how quickly he backs into the corner. I can't talk to her. This isn't for me. That's what you need to get rid of. And if you can just start and don't think of the title, don't think of perfection, don't think of the thumbnail, don't think of anything. Just start. Eventually a page will fill out. The work that you need to do will get done before you start to perfect it. If you can just get the ball rolling and the moss, that's the rolling stone that gathers no moss, eventually that procrastination just disappears. You don't need to do it because you're then confident you know what you're doing, because you're going to suck when you start anything. I think I've already done a video on that. Saying no. This is hard for everyone. I'm a people pleaser. Maybe you are too. So how many times have you done something simply because you felt obliged? And I feel like most of our lives happen to us because we're cowardice. Yep, that's a bit harsh. But most of us are scared to say no. We're scared of the rejection. We're scared of how we're going to make someone else feel. Again, or you didn't want to hurt someone else's feelings. Set clear boundaries. There's only a regret if you let your boundaries go. You will never regret being harsh in the now. This is almost like delaying gratification. It's going to fucking suck now, but eventually it'll make sense. A full-hearted no will always be better than a half-hearted yes. How many times are you invited to something and they're like, oh, we're going to this bloke's house. Come if you want. That's what a half-hearted yes is. If you're like, yes, you know that you're not really valued there, give it a no. Not going to hurt anyone's feelings. You're setting a boundary that, man, if you're not going to invite me properly, I'm not going to come. That's in its purest form, right? Focus up. Set boundaries. No, this is hard for people, please. This is hard for people that have maybe, I don't know, been dealt with a harder hand or have had people leave them or that kind of thing. But the half-hearted yes and the life that happens to you is not the life that you want to live. So just remember that next time we're firing up and we need to say no to someone. Because I bet you there's someone you need to say no to in your life right now. That was deep. I felt like Tony Robbins saying that. Fixing your sleep. I cannot believe that people don't sleep as much as I do. I fucking love sleep. And maybe that's an instant gratification thing. But I used to think it was normal that I felt fatigued at 4 p.m. every day. So maybe you've got sleep apnea or something like that, and this wouldn't apply to you. It wasn't until I fixed my sleep that I realized I'd been deprived of it for years. 5 best tips: no screens, body scan meditation. Yeah. Keep your room cold, quiet, and dark. That's a must. Must. I'll come back to all the stories. Invest in a quality mattress and pillow. Yep, we stole my parents' one. It was like $5,000 because my parents are bald apparently, and they didn't want it because they were moving houses and it was too much of a hassle. It's the greatest fucking thing I've ever slept in. And no caffeine afternoon. No food 2 hours before bed. All right. Stories. No screen before bed. This is hard. So I've spoken a lot about the fact that I need something to calm my mind down. At the end of the day, I'll watch like gaming videos just to fall asleep because I need my mind to hit the now. And it's through meditation and journaling that I'm trying to slow things down and be present, omnipresent, and be everywhere that I need to be, which is in the body. Again, I told you it's going to be quite woo-woo. So keep your room cold, quiet, and dark. I have this weird habit of sleeping with my eyes open. And I don't mean like a little bit, like they're kind of like this while I'm sleeping when there's light. And that's the ample word. So I was asleep one time in Singapore airport on a chair, and some guy was like knocking me, asking me to move. And my wife's like, oh no, he's asleep. Because I was just there like staring at the bloke whilst my eyes are open. It helps just get your body leveled. You know where you're supposed to be. You know that you're supposed to be sleeping. It's cold. Your body needs to drop like 2 or 3 degrees to have an ample sleep. There's science in that, some serious science. And quiet. That's something I struggle with as well. I like to have white noise, but I think that's fine. Like as long as you're calming down and there's not for me. I can't handle like a ticking or a knocking that's out of sync. I can handle pattern. So, how many times do you see older people, like maybe your dad, that falls asleep on the couch like 4 p.m.? Like that's not normal. You're fucking exhausted. How hard is it for someone to fall asleep like this? Like your body must be so fucking tired to do that. Stop having these weird ass naps. Stop pushing your body to the red line. Sleep. Enjoy your sleep, get up and start again. There's nothing that you're going to do that's positive from like 9:30, 10 till like midnight, that's going to be wasted time. Let's face it, you're going to be on your screen, you might be reading or something like that, but more bang for your buck is to get you sleeping. I live by the quote of, what is it now? I'm going to forget it because I'm on the spot. If you early sleep, rise, go to bed early, early rise keeps a young man wise, or something like that. Fuck, now I can't even talk about it. But that's exactly how I feel. Like, get your sleep in, feel good. You won't recognize yourself when you're running off full sleep. I suffer from a bit of sleep apnea, some heavy snoring. And if I can sort of do a couple of things that are like remedial home things that have worked for me, and I have a sleep after doing it properly, it's fucking fascinating the difference. Let's go to the next one. Feeling the fear of doing anything. It's a tragedy how many dreams go unfulfilled simply due to the fear of looking silly. Sign up for the class, build that home business, put yourself out there. Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. So I spoke about in my journal today, again, my newsletter is in the description, about why we fear to do stuff. And I think inevitably we fear doing stuff because if we don't ever try it, we can never say that we failed at it. Therefore, we won't try again. So, start of my journal, I wrote, beg your pardon, I tried to do writing, like a newsletter and my thoughts and how I want to write fiction stories when I was 20. I stopped because you don't get famous overnight when you write 2 or 3 stories, and at 20, it's hard to delay gratification that long. But if I'd kept writing from now, 10 years ago, I bet you I'd be a fucking bestseller. Probably a good odds if I'd wrote for 10 years. So that's the first thing. I then was told by my junior lawyer boss, you're no good at writing. Go get a tutor. This is awful writing. In a legal sense. I'm great at articulating words and speaking and writing down how I feel and thoughts and storytelling, but not formal writing. So a combination of those things, I stopped. And then things run through your head like, why am I doing this? This isn't going to get big. No one's going to see it. This feels like Sex and the City diary inputs, and I feel like a little girl. But you know what? That is fear telling you to, hey, play it safe, because you can continue to tell yourself that you're the best if you don't do it, right? Just fucking do it. Just start, get started, get rolling, see how you feel, stick to the process. You're doing this all for process, not outcome. This video might be seen by 100 people like the course thing that I did last week, but it's a process. It's me getting them done, doing it, feeling better about doing it. Doesn't matter the external result. Every week, just get better, keep rolling. Let's get it. Being consistent. So this is what I wrote about. If I had been consistent for 10 years writing, probably be guaranteed now. So I started the channel 2 months ago to release a video every single day. Anyone can write a tweet, do a workout, make a sales call. Like, anyone can do the process. There's nothing grand. And life doesn't come from one ginormous exertion of the thing. Like, if I go to the gym today, I'm not going to be any more jacked than I am today. Like, you just won't get bigger, right? But if you can do it for the next year and the next 5, I'd be fucking ginormous. Probably not. That's not what I really want to be consistent in. I want other things to be done. Consistency is what separates the doers from the dreamers. Once you start, you just have to keep going with everything that we do, right? You can't run the 42nd kilometer without starting the first. We so often do the first thing, build the first step. I'm trying to get up here, and we don't understand that we're just supposed to incrementally get there, and it's not going to be linear. You're going to have massive bumps. You're going to have big falls. You're going to have massive bumps. But eventually, you will get there with consistency. That's the only thing stopping you from being great. Consistency. Honestly. I was a Twitch streamer in my early 20s, consistent for 3 years. This mouse here, sent by Razer. Check that out. That's cool. Only because I was consistent. You don't make it in the first day. You don't get big on your first day. You don't bench press 100 kilos unless you bench press 40 first. But we're told that, oh, well, you're no good. You're not going to do anything. What's the point? But the guys that bench 100 don't start at 100. The only way to get to 100 is to start at a shitty weight. Be consistent. Let's get it. So let's get it after every single one. But you get me. Seeking feedback. Now, I really appreciate this. Humans are sensitive creatures. Few are good at accepting criticism, even less are good at applying it. I love comments on these videos to tell me what I did poorly. I know it's supposed to hurt my feelings or I'm not good, but I've had many be like, oh, you sort of told the story and then you stopped, or how about you actually start to relate it to how I can help as opposed to just telling your story, which is great. That's what I try to do now, where I try to at least preach a little bit after my story and help you guys out. Your growth will skyrocket. Because here's the thing, I've said it a million times, you're not going to be good, fellas. You're not. I'm not good at a lot of stuff. I'm not good at these course type videos. Focus up. But eventually, I will get there. And if you guys continue to keep me accountable and continue to tell me where I'm shit, and I can rewatch and then give myself my own feedback, watch how quickly you get better at things. Watch how quickly. Because we can go untrained and commit these unformed habits. And that's why courses and coaching and all this kind of stuff is great. Even the greatest, Cristiano Ronaldo, has a coach above him because he needs feedback. No one has been better. Maybe Messi. No one has been better. Ever been better than those two. No one's better than LeBron James and Michael Jordan. But both of them had coaches. They needed feedback on what they were doing. Another story is Tiger Woods changed his swing early on in his career after he was already the best. Tiger Woods was number one in the world and he changed his stroke because he needed to get better because his feedback was that this swing wasn't going to work for you, wasn't going to perform longevity, you weren't going to be able to get it done, you're relying a bit too much on talent as opposed to process. He listened to feedback even though he was the best in the world and got better. There's nothing wrong with someone telling you shit. And there's also nothing wrong with telling someone that they're shit. As long as you do it in a nice way and not disparaging. But constructive criticism is one of the greatest things on the planet. So, those are the 7. Let's swing it back to give you guys some how we can do this. Beg my pardon. This chest infection is real bad. I should see a doctor. Your ability to delay your gratification will determine where you end up in life. Let's put it back. Let's not look at ourselves every day after the gym. Let's not look at our bank account every day after making a sale. Let's not check analytics of a YouTube video every single day. Check in once a month. The numbers aren't going to change. Nothing's going to change while you're looking at it. People, too many times, get into the habit of looking at something thinking that it's work. Like I do it too. Like, oh, I'm working on my YouTube, so I'll check my analytics. Why? Breaking the procrastination cycle. This is what I say. Just start. We don't need these perfect morning routines. We don't need nothing. Just start. I listened to the guy at Gymshark really smash this in. He's like, what the fuck? I didn't get up and do a bath. I was just trying to survive. I was just trying to pay rent. I just had to do the work to make sure we got the sale and fulfill the order. That's it. Saying no. Next time you're invited to those drinks that you don't want to go to, just say no. Fixing your sleep. Go to bed. Get in bed at 9:30. Like, honestly, what are you doing after that? If you need that time to be with your partner and be with someone that you're creating valuable memories with, use the time. Otherwise, get yourself right. If you're good internally, you'll help others externally. The fear. This is the hardest. But don't listen to yourself. Ask yourself how you're going to do it and almost approach it. Just be intentional here. Like you're going to cold approach a woman, or you're going to go to the gym but you're scared of being judged, or you're going to start writing, or you want to post that thing on TikTok but you're too scared. Pretend to do it. Listen to how you're reacting and acknowledge that. I'll answer that in a sec. Being consistent. Just do it again tomorrow. I like to do this thing at the gym where I load up. So if I'm starting again after a while, I'll do 1 or 2 weeks at like super low weight so I don't get too sore so I can get back there the next day. It's more important that you go back the next day than you were there today. Bang, that was a good quote. Seek feedback. Ask people. Genuinely ask people how you did today, what I can do better, and just listen. There's nothing shit about being told what is wrong with your ability. If my ability to talk out loud is poor, let me know and how I can fix it. Always follow up with how you can fix it. I reckon that'll do today. We've got 20 minutes. That was fun. I like it. I like being in a circle. So the newsletter's below. Subscribe if you've watched all along and you enjoy this video. I think the last one was watched mainly by subscribers, so that was pretty cool. You guys sitting back and watching this. Yeah. Thanks. Peace out. Catch you guys next week for one of these, or tomorrow in another one of these daily journal videos. Peace out.